Hey guys, so we're going to do a reading. So, what I'm going to read on tonight, there's some talk. They've done those polls, and it looks like at the moment Biden is trailing Trump in swing states. So, that's concerning. So, recently, and it was on X, which is formerly known as Twitter, Obama's senior, who was Obama's senior advisor, I can't remember his name. I'd have to go back. That don't worry, it's fine. You could look it up. But advised Biden he should drop out. There's been a lot of people who are saying he should drop out, and with him trailing in swing states, okay, there's a lot of people, especially Democrats, who are like, okay, you need to drop out. Now, the main thing that people talk about, which is ironic because they're only 3 years apart, is Biden's age. That's the thing that everybody says. They're fooled by the tan and the wig, thinking that Trump is a young guy. Okay, there's that. But Biden is older. He is, but he's only 3 years older than Trump, and people, it doesn't register in their mind. Maybe because Trump looks younger because of the fake tan and the rug. Okay, they and Biden, has white hair. Okay, so they automatically think old when they think of Biden, but they don't think Trump is old. I know it's all illusion. That's 3D consciousness stuff. That's what happens when people look at the candidates in 3D world. Okay, they're 3 years apart, literally. Okay, they could have gone to high school together. Biden could have been a senior when he was a sophomore. Okay, Trump a sophomore. I mean, it's ridiculous. Okay, so anyway, but especially with Obama's advisor, advising, hey, you should drop out. That's big. Okay, that's big. And I'm sure a lot of other people have been chiming in his ear. You need to drop out. Now, I know, there's some stuff there. I mean, he was kind of saying Biden, looks at his accomplishments. There's still accomplishments he did, as far as trying to pick up an economy that was trashed because of the mishandling of coronavirus. Okay, that's part of the reason we have inflation, but inflation is global. But to the average American, it's Biden's fault. Okay, that's the way they look at it. I talk to people all day long. I talk to the elderly. I talk to the middle class. I just talk to average people all day long. And if it happens to come up, a lot of people are not happy. They're talking about inflation. They're talking about all that. Now with two wars going on, okay, and that's out of control, and a lot of people are upset about it, and I feel people are even more upset about Israel right now because it's both are brutal, Israel and Ukraine, but just there's no peace over there. The prime minister has never listened to anybody. He's a horrible person. Okay, and this is, it's a massive disaster, and a lot of people are like, oh God, what if this and that gets involved, and all. It's a mess that needs to be stopped, right? So we know that. So Biden's got that under his term. There's two things, major, war things going on, and then the inflation, and a lot of people are, and then the cost of living is so high. So, that's why a lot of people would be willing to elect a madman, is what it comes down to. So he should, what I'm saying, he really should, to really save, the Democrat side, should drop out and, like, let Kamala run. And then you could have Kamala, Marianne Williamson, and what's the other guy's name? I keep forgetting his name. Dean Phillips. Yeah, that's what it is. And so anyway, Marianne Williamson is just squeaking by that guy, recent polls, but she's still the long shot and everything. So, will that happen? Will Biden drop out? That's what we're going to look at. Let's look at it, because he should. He should do it, but will he do it? To save, the Democratic vote, because there's a lot of people who, there's a lot of people on the fence here that they just want someone else, And like I said, the too old thing is ridiculous, but that's 3D for you. That's people looking at 3D and notice the cards power and futility. Okay, power is showing up, utility, and see that Ace of Pentacles people care about. Yeah, they care about the abundance. Inflation is high, they want it fixed. People want it fixed. And then we've got things going on, like we've had the auto worker strike, and it's chaotic right now. So we need another candidate. That's my opinion. But what is Spirit going to say? Will he listen and just let Kamala take over and run? And then, then it's this Dean Phillips, Marianne Williamson, and Kamala instead of Biden. Because he's not doing good. And having, like I said, the high inflation and 2 wars going on, that's not a good look. And everybody, to the point, they're willing to elect somebody who, might be locked in a cell. They might, like Biden. Trump could be in an actual cell and win the vote, right? So, now everybody, love over fear. Okay? I want to say that, too, as well. Okay, because God's got us. But will God whisper in Biden's ear, drop out? I know he could talk about his accomplishments all he wants, but all as Americans can think about is inflation. Like I said, the war's going on. They don't like that. Okay, and they keep talking about his age. Okay, let me lower it down a little bit more. Let's see what's going on. Cut the deck. We're going big thought tonight. So we've got the 3 of Wands that is looking at long term, that Sun in Aries energy. So I do know, I think, was Kamala an Aries? No, she's not an Aries. I think she's a Libra. But it could be around springtime something happens here that we get a major shift. But could be about the promised land. Oh, Lord, we got stuff with Israel. Long-term plans. So I would say that what's going on erupting over there, okay, because this could be about the promised land. And very often this is the one in the Rider-Waite that looks like a Moses guy looking at the promised land. So this is a big issue going on. Everybody's over there looking at Israel and Gaza. Okay, that's a big one. That's on a lot of people's mind because they're worried if that escalates any bigger. Okay, oh God, right? Okay, so everybody's looking at the promised land, right? Let's just call it that. A lot of times that's what I call this card. So I believe that's a big issue. That's really weighing on people's mind. Hey, we can't have the globe go in chaos. Why can't Biden get this guy to stop? It's all crazy. Okay, but that's Sun in Aries, so also Sun in, and yeah, there's the Aries energy. But, it could be around spring that we'll see things start lifting up a little bit more and get a better idea. Okay, so we've got that issue. Futility, that's my concern, is if he runs, he needs to look at these polls and be like, wow, this is not good. This could be futile, that me running and stuff, and it all goes south. The entire country is at risk. If I lose, oh God, it's a disaster. Okay, so I think he is sitting there and weighing this and paying attention. Okay, what's hidden? The devil. Oh yeah, we know that. We know that. We want to stop that, right? He's aware. He's aware. Queen of Wands, that makes me feel Kamala. She has shown us the Queen of Wands before. She would be a strong contender. I feel he is kind of talking to her about it. Okay, there is a little bit of chit chat, at least quietly. A female, okay, to run. Now, obviously, you know, just because of the way people are, so many people are used to a male president. But we have Marianne Williamson is in the race, but Kamala does, there are people that maybe would vote for her, because even though she's Biden's vice, she's not Biden. She's a Democrat and she's a good debater. She could show leadership, because of her track record and her history. So seeing the female Queen of Wands popping up in here, this makes me feel he's considering it. Okay, because somebody's got to go up against the devil, and it's looking futile that he can win. So if he will hand it over to her and let her do it, okay, that would be massive. That would be massive. We've also got the Queen of Pentacles popping up in here. I wonder what Marianne Williamson's... Well, I'm not going to worry about it. I think this is representing Marianne Williamson because this feels Kamala to me. So we've got the other woman here popping up in here. Yeah, let's look up her birthday. I'm very curious. Hold on one second. Let's figure it out. And she is a long shot, but she is a light worker, guys. She is definitely a light worker. Everybody knows that. But she's got good ideas. What is Marianne Williamson's birthday? Oh, she's actually July 8th. Okay, she's July 8th. I was just curious. And then Kamala... What is Kamala Harris's birthday? October 20th. Yeah, oh, so she's October 20th. Yeah, so she's Libra. I was correct. Okay, I actually feel, though, this feels more Kamala to me, the fire, and this feels more Marianne Williamson to me. Okay, the two female candidates. We could end up with, if all goes well, we could possibly end up with a female president, which would be ironic because, Trump ran against Hillary at one point. He did win, but barely. Okay, but he did win. But, they'd be stronger than Biden. Okay, so I believe there is some quiet talk here, Kamala, and then also Marianne Williamson popping up in here. We got to take on the devil. There's talk. Let's look up in the next 1 to 3 months. What's going to happen? Could there be a... Wow, we're getting a lot of feminine energy here. We got the Empress. Okay, so that's overall. Yeah, we could be looking at a female here. Okay, guys? Overall, looking at that. And then we've got the Hierophant. I feel like with that, which can be doing what's right, what's good, what's moral, and so forth. And it also can be a spiritual teacher or advisor. This makes me feel like, Biden is looking at the writing on the wall here. Okay? He knows that what is best for the country at large. He can't be ego here. The devil is about ego. He knows he can't be his even ego himself and be like, oh, I can win this if I do this, that. He's seeing the writing on the wall. And the feminine energy is coming in very strong, guys. Okay? That, this is sitting here. Okay? In this hidden area is making me feel he's considering it. Like, wow, there's a lot, he's got a little bit of old school ways. Like, wow, having a woman run up against, we know what happened with Hillary. But I was Hillary. There's a lot of people that aren't a fan. But they might be a little more open to Marianne Williamson or Kamala here. Okay, it's a little bit different. Okay, but I think he might be listening to advice and stuff. And then also we've got the Prince of Wands energy, that fire, that passion and everything, that leadership and stuff, and see, that's what they, youthful kind of energy, fire energy. Biden, people don't look at him having that. he knows some kind of fire energy needs to be there, and so forth. And we do have the other guy, the Gene Phillips guy, also that is running, but he's kind of trailing in the polls there, though. Okay, so let's kind of go ahead and look. Ace of Cups is popping up in there. So, I know Biden's, his heart may be in the right place with certain things and so forth, but he knows that, the one who's going to win is the one who's going to win, the heart of America. And he just doesn't have it and stuff. So he knows that and everything. That's very interesting, Ace of Cups. Okay? And stuff. He knows, and stuff. And then the Four of Cups, though, we know that can be the narcissist card. And that's one of the big things. Trump is about himself. That's the one that shows the guy with the folded arms. Trump has been seen sitting like that many times. He doesn't listen to anybody but his own flapping gums. Got to beat Trump and everything. That's the big one. But we've got the happiness card, and that's one of the things to get what we wish for and so forth and stuff. I feel actually, as a lot of people that are Democrats are wishing that he drops out. I really feel they are. We might get the happiness wish. And we've got the Lovers card popping up in here. That is Gemini twins. Well, one of the things we know, Trump is a Gemini, but he's about to go up against the other Gemini, Jack Smith, and stuff, who will be victorious, pretty much with that trial. That looks good and stuff. But also, and then we've got the success card popping up. But what about Biden? Let's go ahead and look. So we do have that coming up. The oppression, that's in the environment. That's the way a lot of Americans feel. Everything that's going on. And, I feel that a lot of Americans are sick of the division. They are. The majority are. They don't want that. So that is about Three of Pentacles is about handshake agreements, deals and stuff, agreements, teamwork and everything. And Biden seems to be a team player. He's not totally all about himself and everything. Wow, we've got a lot of feminine. God, I wonder if another woman would come in here. But Queen of Cups is pop. Oh, that's normally my Ruth Bader Ginsburg card and stuff. There's, a lot with women popping up in here, guys. A lot of queens and stuff. Opportunity. What is the outcome? The Chariot, victory. It is very strongly possible, because I look at that happiness card and stuff. I mean, if Biden, I hope he drops out, that a woman can get the victory. Okay, is what I'm looking at. Now, it's hard to say, would it be Kamala or would it be Marianne Williamson and stuff? Kamala's, she's the vice and stuff. People are familiar with her. Marianne is a long shot. Now, I used to go to the races. I know about the long shot. I also know a long shot can win. There was, I remind you guys, a time when Trump went in the race. A lot of people thought there's no way. Well, that changed. Okay, so there's things that can surprise you, but I'm getting a very strong feminine energy with this layout that is coming up. And if Biden does drop out and let Kamala take the spot, and everything, then the real thing, I think this one guy, Gene Phillips, he's just, Marianne Williamson is attracting a lot of young people, and she is progressive. That it would come down between her and Kamala and stuff. But with this Empress energy coming in, and with Queen of Wands and Queen of Discs, which I feel is kind of representing them, and it could be also that Marianne Williamson is getting, the Queen of Pentacles, even though, that's not her sign. It could be because she's got some rather fiscally good ideas and stuff like that. There's some things that people agree with and stuff. And she's made some pretty powerful statements on what's going on over there in Israel that makes sense, that, that people are listening to. So I do feel, with the happiness card overlapping the Four of Cups, And that's what a lot of people want is Biden to drop out, that he could potentially drop out of this to save America. Yeah, okay, which could lead to a victory, potentially a victory with the female candidate and stuff. There's only one male in this layout, and that's the Prince of Wands, and I believe that represents the Gene guy, which, some could be like, there could be a few people who might want to, elect him as candidate because he's the male. But it's on the same token, uh, people that are Democrats, are open to a woman. But I also feel, as it's 2023, that people who are straddling the fence are open to a woman. They just want the inflation problem fixed, all that stuff to stop. And then, of course, there is the other thing, is the Empress. The Empress in the tarot is the one that can stop Aries. Yes, that is true. There is the Empress and there is the Emperor, the God of War, Aries and stuff. And Aphrodite was the one, you know, to make him, kind of fall in love. So, which basically stops him from warring. Okay, she's the one. So, I believe that, and one thing is a woman, you know, could stop a war. That's one thing. Men aren't very good at it, but a woman can do it. All right, you guys, we'll see what happens, but I have a feeling he might just back out. All right, we'll see what happens.